Hello, it's Foreign News O'Clock on Allnews Nigeria. I am Opeyemi Olubemi. Here are the headlines for today. Earthquake hits Afghanistan, rattles Pakistan. Israel lifts ban on West Bank settlement. Trump unveils plan to shatter deep state as arrest looms. Now the news in detail. At least 13 people have been killed and more than 90 injured in Pakistan and Afghanistan after a magnitude 6.5 earthquake struck late on Tuesday. In northwest Pakistan, at least 9 people were killed and 44 injured. Hospitals in northern Khyber province were put into a state of emergency overnight. A health ministry said at least 4 people were killed and 50 wounded in Afghanistan. The quake on Tuesday was felt over an area more than 1,000 kilometers wide by some 285 million people in Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, and other neighboring countries. Earthquakes are more likely in this region because it lies at the juncture of the Eurasian and Indian tectonic plates. More than 1,000 people were killed in June last year after a magnitude 6.1 earthquake hit eastern Afghanistan. In 2005, at least 73,000 people were killed by a 7.6 magnitude quake that struck northern Pakistan. In other news, Israel's parliament has voted to allow Israeli citizens back into the sites of 4 settlements in the occupied West Bank, which were evacuated at the time of disengagements from Gaza in 2005. There has been international criticism of the bill as the settlements were built on what the High Court of Justice ruled was private Palestinian land. It still has to be signed by an Israeli military commander to be enforced, but it risks further inflaming tensions with Palestinians ahead of Ramadan. Some 600,000 Jews live in 140 settlements built since Israel's occupation of the West Bank and East Jerusalem in the 1967 Middle East War. Israelis were banned from entering the evacuated area without the permission from the Israeli military. However, a group of settlers were able to establish a Jewish religious school and an unauthorized outpost at Omesh, which the new coalition government, the most right-wing and nationalist in Israel's history, has been pushing to legalize. However, a group of settlers were able to establish a Jewish religious school and an unauthorized outpost at Omesh, which the new coalition government, the most right-wing and nationalist in Israel's history, has been pushing to legalize. On Monday night, lawmakers voted to repeal parts of the 2005 law so that Israelis could return to the site of the evacuated settlement. Most of the international community considers the settlement illegal under international law, though Israel disputes this. Almost 18 years ago, Israel's parliament passed a law mandating the unilateral withdrawal from the Gaza Strip, as well as the evacuation of 4 isolated settlements in the northern West Bank, Sano, Ghanim, Gadim, and Omesh. Then Prime Minister Ariel Sharon's government said the latter move would help provide Palestinian territorial contiguity in the West Bank and make it easier for Palestinians to live a normal life. Lastly, on the news, former US President Donald Trump on Tuesday set out his plans to dismantle what he calls the deep state and root out corruption in Washington, issuing a video statement as a way to be indicted by a New York grand jury.
Here's my plan to dismantle the deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all, and corruption it is. First, I will immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled so that faceless bureaucrats will never again be able to target and persecute conservatives, Christians, or the left's political enemies, which they're doing now at a level that nobody can believe even possible.
It is reportedly finishing hearing evidence and could make a decision on Wednesday about whether the former president should face charges in connection with hush money paid to Stormy Adams. The case has reignited Trump's accusations that Democrats have weaponized key institutions against him. At the weekend, Trump called on his supporters to protest in his defense and claimed he was expected to be arrested on Tuesday in connection with a probe into $130,000 paid to adult movie star Daniels. Trump has denied having an affair with Daniels and has accused his former fixer and lawyer, Michael Cohen, of lying about his role in the payoff. And that's it on today's news. To keep up with all news Nigeria, kindly follow us on all social media platforms displayed on the screen. We'll be back with more news updates tomorrow. Until then, stay tuned. I am Okpeyemi Olubemi. Do have a lovely evening.